discussing the Massey energy safety violations and how they affected the mine workers. 52 deaths in 10 years.
And Don Blankenship's in this hotel right behind us.
He's in this hotel with his annual stockholders meeting. We think he needs to be fired. Not only fired, he needs to go to jail for the crimes he's committed.
And what crimes specifically?
The failure to enforce safety regulations in the mines.
And he's had like a couple of thousand of those, right?
It's been over 500 violations.
I'm a volunteer organizer with Mountain Justice, and I am here today because there is a criminal enterprise, Massey Energy, that's being allowed to operate with impunity, and they're meeting inside this building here. And it's my duty as an American to come out here and continue to build that pressure against Massey Energy, to support the shareholders inside that are calling for Don Blankenship's resignation or more, and to continue to bring that message to politicians, give them a little more will to act, that this business of profit over people has to stop. The same mentality that makes it okay for people to bypass safety standards in the name of production is the same mentality that makes it okay for people to poison communities' drinking water in the name of production.
I'm Willie. I'm an activist with Mountain Justice, and I'm going to read a couple statements from retired coal miners, one's from West Virginia, one's from Kentucky, who couldn't be here today but wanted to be here with Mountain Justice and the UMWA to protest Massey. The first one is by Chuck Nelson. He lives in Glendaniel, West Virginia, and he's with the Ohio Valley Environmental Coalition. It says, "We are gathered here today in solidarity to say enough is enough. It's time that the ones behind the genocide that is happening throughout Appalachia face its reckoning. This is by far the biggest human rights issue that is happening in our country today. Massey Energy and its shareholders are the biggest threat to our culture, our heritage, and our way of life, where our lives are being turned into a living hell by the practice of mountaintop removal. Greed is the engine that drives this reckless vehicle that disregards human life and considers the life of its workers, the communities, and the environment is nothing more than collateral damage for the way of conducting business as usual. Just 6 weeks ago, 29 men were added to the blood trail that this corporation has a reputation for when the Upper Big Branch mine turned into a fiery pit because of the negligent way of doing business as usual. Wives losing their loving husbands, kids that will never have the chance for daddy to watch them grow up, to see them graduate from high school and college, or supply. Our homes, streams, and the lands that our ancestors have lived on for hundreds of years now are buried, with the overburdened waste with the use of valley fills that also destroys entire ecosystems and eliminates all aquatic life. Massey Energy, under the direction of its CEO, Don Blankenship, used intimidation with its employees that if anyone dare to cry out for better and safer working conditions or question the conduct of this criminal enterprise will face his wrath of him taking their jobs and jerking their food from their children's mouths, making sure that their mining careers are over. Blankenship has even infiltrated the political and judicial sector of our governments, so instead of them being the laws of man, it's now known as the laws of Massey. As Massey Energy continues its destruction of our mountains, our heritage, our culture, the water that we drink, the air that we breathe, and our beloved way of life, they are also destroying the very principles of what this country is built on, democracy. Massey executives, board members, and its shareholders continue to condone doing business as usual, and they continue their destruction of God's creation and continue to rack up enormous human and civil rights and environmental violations. They have to be held accountable for the way that they conduct business. They are what they are, a criminal enterprise, and have to be dealt with accordingly. There are companies out there that would jump at the chance to mine Appalachian coal, that respect their miners, that perform by the laws of man, that don't destroy our culture, our heritage, and our way of life, and that do not respect the environment, and that do respect the environment, I should say, that we all need to live on this earth, and the most important thing is not to destroy what God has created. It's time for Massey to leave our mountains and to pay their bills before they leave. And that's Chuck Nelson from Glendaniel, West Virginia. So today I was just playing with a handful of friends. We really aren't a group.
Oh, you're not?
But I do
Okay.
play with the band that I wanted to tell you about.
All right.
It's called Here's to the Long Haul, and we play old-timey Appalachian music, labor music, environmental music from the mountains at events like this all